What's up guys, welcome back to another Bungie Mail Sack breakdown. This week Deej started it off by discussing the team meetings they have at Bungie, saying that the team got a preview of what they'll be showing at E3 on June 10th. The worldwide gameplay reveal came early for our team. Blurry eyes gave way to big grins, and then cheering. We hope you'll be as excited as we are. And of course, soon, now about 9 days away. Anyways, let's get into the questions. This week's first one comes from Masked Sin, who asks, will there be more reveals of Destiny after E3? Deej replies, you've got to be kidding us. We're not even there yet and you're asking us what will happen after we've been there? This is a new height of anxiousness. You're skipping the main course with your queries about dessert, young man. Now go to your room and wait for June 10th. So there you go, Masked Sin just got scolded by Bungie. Lesson learned, I guess? Anyways, on to the next question. This one comes from Luneth, who asks, there has been a lot of speculation on the web lately on whether the Vanguard will be a fourth class. Is it a fourth and separate class from the Titan, Warlock, and the Hunter? Deej replies, there has been a lot of speculation on the web about everything Destiny. Don't get us wrong, we love you for that. Don't change a thing about yourselves. Just know that just because you've got theories doesn't mean we're going to change when you get to know about stuff. We'll reveal the Vanguard when, and only when, they report back from the wild. That's of course referencing the Destiny page they put up recently, where a number of things said, awaiting reports from the Vanguard. Now personally, I definitely don't think the Vanguard is a class, it does not seem like it. From what we've seen so far, I feel like the Vanguard is like a rank or a title, or maybe like a special group of the most elite experienced Guardians that you can join after you've reached a certain level or accomplished certain main quest lines, or something like that. But it definitely doesn't seem like the Vanguard is a class. Anyways, the next question comes from Delirio, who asks, on the release date, whatever it is, how will you celebrate? Deej replies, I'm going to start doing the job I came to Bungie to do. To realize its potential, a gaming community must share a game. Right now we're more like friends and family sharing a waiting room, pacing expectantly with unlit cigars in our hands. I can't wait to see all of you become guardians of the city, and see what sort of civilization you can create in our world. Now that last line there really catches me, where he says, see what sort of civilization you create in our world. Does that mean we can somehow affect what we end up building in the world? Can we somehow change it or cause different outcomes? I don't know, I'm probably overthinking it. We probably shouldn't take these answers too literally, but it still seemed interesting. On to the next one. This was actually a series of questions where people were asking for that snippet of music used in the Law of the Jungle trailer, and Marty actually released the track. I definitely recommend going and listening to it yourself. It's a beautiful little snippet, and you can find a link for that in the description below. It's definitely worth listening to. And as Deej points out here, if you enjoy it, be sure to tweet some thanks to Marty. Now on to the next one. Death Incarnate asks, what's your favorite part about Destiny so far? Deej handed this one off to the panel to get us some varied answers. And Wesley Olson answers, my first studio playtest of the game was when I came up against a Redacted. It blew my mind. With an editor's note from Irk saying, let's hold this for E3. So as usual, I of course really want to know what was redacted there. Anyways, moving on to the next one. Josh says, one of my favorite things to do in Destiny is when you're on a mission by yourself and suddenly you're presented with the option to Redacted. I always choose the latter. With Irk once again redacting some keyword to save for E3. Now obviously we don't know what he was talking about, but just from the context we got there, it definitely feels like it's something related to co-op play. Like my ideas would maybe getting the option to open up your game so other players can join, or maybe getting invited to a squad or something like that. I don't know, that's just what it feels like to me. Anyways, for the final two answers from Leland and Jake, Irk just completely destroyed those, redacting the entire thing, with a note saying, yep, this just happened. Sorry fellas, almost there. So I know Irk watched my Law of the Jungle trailer analysis video, so Irk, if for some reason you end up watching this as well, just know that you're a horrible tease, and you're evil, and I hate you, and I'm just kidding, I love you, but come on. Oh well, only like 9 days to E3. Anyways, moving on, next question comes from Justrek, who asks, will you guys at Bungie have to start over in Destiny since you're getting a head start? Deej replies, some of us will know every rivet and bolt of the structures that pockmark the landscape. Others will be as familiar with the weapons as they are with their own arms. Yet others will know the physics of those worlds as if they were born into them. You may have hours upon hours of time to perfect your skills, but you can't take familiarity with the creation away from the maker. So obviously he didn't really answer yes or no, but it still gets me curious. In games like this, do they actually wipe it when it launches so everyone starts on a clean slate, or do they get to keep their stats? I mean, I guess what he's saying is it doesn't really matter since they're so familiar with it, but still, I thought it was interesting. Now on to the next question. This one comes from Vipro, who asks, just wondering, will the skybox be animated? I mean, will there be ships and clouds flying in the background of the main city? Now, Deej didn't really answer. Instead, he linked a breaking in article of one of Bungie's skybox designers. So once again, not really any yes or no there. But the footage we've seen from the Vidoc and the various other little teasers and stuff, I think already confirms that in my opinion. We've seen clouds moving and sun setting and all sorts of really cool stuff, so I definitely think the skybox will be awesome in Destiny. On to the next one. Squatting Turtle asks, can you guys make a statement saying, we love Xbox players too? People seem to be misunderstanding you. Deej replies, Bungie loves you. So I suppose this could be a bit comforting to those of us who think they're favoring the PlayStation. Although he didn't actually answer exactly how the guy said, he didn't mention Xbox in the Bungie loves you, but still, I'm not worried about it. At first I thought they were favoring the PlayStation, but now I just think they're doing a little extra work to reach out to the PlayStation audience because it's a new audience that doesn't really know Bungie. They've always been exclusively to Xbox, so it seems like they have to kind of prove themselves to the PlayStation audience, at least in my opinion. Now the final question for this week's mail sack comes from Shapalin, probably not pronouncing that right, who asks, how will the weapon system be handled? Deej replies, we recommend that you always handle weapons with your hands. Sorry man, you left yourself wide open for that one. Now that's it for this week's mail sack. As usual, if you want to read the full thing, there is of course a link in the description below. And again, make sure you go listen to that little piece of the soundtrack as well, because it's just awesome. Thank you, Marty. Real quick before I go, I just wanted to let you guys know that I actually had to re-record this entire video. The entire audio was recorded and almost edited and done, and then my software crashed and completely bugged out and messed up the whole thing, so I had to re-record this entire thing. So if I sound slightly annoyed at any points or don't do as good of a job anywhere, then I apologize for that. It's extremely frustrating when you have to re-record the entire thing like this. It's really, really annoying. So anyways, sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. I've got some more stuff coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the latest Destiny news, and I'll see you in the next update.